Learned a lot about the skin in the last 10 plus years of being an esthetician, and I think the thing that gets missed on the mark the most, or like the most convoluted, is skincare marketing and how little trust we have in our own skin. I have to constantly remind people that our skin is an organ and it knows how to function, it knows how to behave, it knows how to take care of itself. However, we live in a world where we have a lot of different lifestyle, internal and external triggers. For example, a lot of us are changing products quite often, using random products that we saw on TikTok or whatever, and then we're taking medications, birth controls, the foods that we eat, pollutants, toxins. Like, there's a lot that goes into obviously what affects the skin. So then there's this marketing push to have a serum for every different little thing, a toner for this, a mask for this, and there's such a narrative around more, more, more. And truly, the skin, and I've seen this in my practice time and time again, does so much better with really, really simple, effective ingredients. For example, if I have a client coming to me with like a compromised barrier, maybe some breakouts, just like inflammation, the first thing I'm doing is probably taking back their skincare to the basics, even if it's just cleanser, moisturizer, sunscreen. Then slowly adding in actives like a vitamin A, for example, which we know is incredibly helpful for the skin, but there's always a time and a place. And I think too many people miss the mark on it and just buy, and try to have these big regimes because that's what they see on TikTok or that's what their girlfriend's able to do. And truly, you have to remember that each skin is unique, but each skin is very, very smart. Your skin knows exactly what it's doing, and oftentimes it's trying to show you something that's going on the inside. I always say the skin is a reflection. It's a window to what's going on the inside of your body. So it needs to be treated holistically, and that can be overwhelming because there's a lot of different things that go into it. And that's when relying on professionals is very helpful. But from an esthetician to you, I have seen it time and time again. You do not need to have a million products. You do not need to keep buying and switching products out. What you really need is to understand your skin at probably a more fundamental level. I do think skincare marketing is getting out of hand. I am someone personally who likes to have a big regime. I like to use lots of products when my skin can handle it, based solely on the fact that skincare is my hobby, not because I think it's doing that much great things to my skin. In fact, if I'm going to get a breakout, it's usually from me giving myself a breakout from using too many products and just trying to have fun with too many different things. And that's my own problem, because I love skincare and I love to try new products and I love to learn about ingredients, and like that's its own hobby, its own niche. That's fine. But if we're looking from skin at like an actual practical standpoint and